What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Donnie B here. You know, when I first started photography, videography, and this whole YouTube thing, I had no idea that storage was going to be as big of a deal as it actually is. Yeah, I knew I needed memory cards to put in the camera and a computer to edit off of, but as far as backing up and having a safe place to store everything and multiple backups, it just gets out of hand real quick. And I purchased something a while back, and it's probably been a year, and I just totally forgot to make a video on it. It just hit me when I was reorganizing my desk and upgrading my computer that, hey, I probably need to make a video on that. So that's what we're getting into today. We're talking about storage. So I feel like everybody's first attempt at having more storage is to go with external hard drives. And there's nothing wrong with that. I have a ton of them. I've even tried the external HDDs, external SSDs. This is only just a few that I have here. The problem is they start to build up over time, and you got to have a place to store them. You got to worry about bit rot, and it can get kind of pricey. I've even tried the little M.2 enclosures. Here's a SATA enclosure. You know, it gets out of hand quick. So about a year ago, I bought this thing on Kickstarter, and it took a little while to arrive. But it's the Terramaster D8 Hybrid. Now, I know it's probably hard to see with the black background here, but I haven't even thought twice about it. I've just been using it. I plugged it in, and it's just been working, and it's been working great. Now, this is not a NAS. This is not a network attached storage. This is a direct attached storage, so it's not connected to the network in any way. But it has a few tricks up its sleeves that I really do appreciate, and it's also got some setbacks. But it's a great, affordable way to get more storage. So first of all, the price. It's $299. I think I got it on Kickstarter for $229, $239, something like that. But it's a 4-bay direct attached storage, and you can see here I've got a 16 terabyte in this slot. Now, when setting up the D8 Hybrid, there are several different configurations you can run when setting it up. So you have on the back here JBOD, single disk, RAID 0, and RAID 1. Now, JBOD is just a bunch of disk. So you can fill it up with drives, and it uses it as kind of a community, like it's one big giant drive. And then single is self-explanatory. It's just 4 single drives. And even when you plug it in and you go to My Computer and you list your drives, it will be A, B, C, and D. There's also RAID 0 and RAID 1. Now, RAID 0 is where it takes, say you have 2 8-gig drives or 8 terabyte drives, it's just going to have 8 terabyte capacity. It's going to split it up amongst the two. They're going to run simultaneously beside themselves. RAID 1 is where it's mirroring that drive. So whatever you put on drive 1 will be mirrored to drive 2. It's just redundancy. It's a backup. It's a backup copy of drive 1. It has a trick up its sleeve though. This is why they call it the hybrid. So if you flip it on its side and pop this cover off, there are 4 M.2 slots. Now, as you can see, I've got a Crucial P3, a Samsung 980, and a Samsung 970 there. This is 1, 2, and 4 terabyte drives. The downside, now I said there were some downsides to this. These are all Gen 3 slots. So the most you're going to get is 1,000 megabytes per second. It doesn't matter if you put one of these 990 Pros in there. You're only going to get 1,000 megabytes per second. But that's plenty. That's plenty to edit off of. I don't edit from the hard drives. I do edit directly from the M.2s. Another downside is the port on the back is limited to, it's 3.2. It's also limited to 1,000 megabytes per second. That didn't really bother me too much because my computer, my laptop, it was only getting USB 3 speeds anyway, so I never saw the full potential of this. Basically, I use this just for a store all. This is where everything went to, and if I needed to edit, I edited it directly off the M.2 in the computer, or I would edit off of one of these SSDs. So this primary function has been just to hold all my files, and it's done a great job of it. So like I said, the price was like, I think $229 when I bought it on Kickstarter. Now it's $299, and being that it is only direct attached storage, you can get, let's say you get a 2-bay NAS, you can attach this directly to that NAS. So there is network capability, just not with this device. I'll just pull the drive out. So it is toolless to install. These sides just pop right off, and then it snaps in I have nothing in drive 1. Drive 2 is a 16 terabyte Seagate Exos Enterprise Edition. Caught this on sale. I want to say I paid around $200 for this one. This was a brand new one. It wasn't remanufactured. But it also will hold the 2.5-inch drives that you would get out of a laptop or something. I took this out of an old laptop and just to transfer files over. And, you know, like I said, it was a drive, I think drive E, and I just moved everything over to drive D. And then this right here is actually a hard drive that I shucked out of a big plastic housing from a desktop external hard drive. I find that is a little bit more affordable way to do it. I know the speeds were a little bit slower with the desktop external hard drive. I think this is 5400, and then the one that I bought individually was 7200. But you're still going to get around 300 to 400 megabytes per second. So I haven't noticed much of a difference between the two. The shucking was actually a pretty cool experience. I had no idea it was just going to be a hard drive in there. I think now that I have a new computer coming and I'll actually have the USB speeds to be able to benefit from running a RAID configuration, maybe I'll test it out to see if you can actually edit directly from it. I'll try to maybe include that in this video. But as of right now, I was limited to USB 3.0 speeds, and I never saw the full potential of it. All right, I can't really get a good view of the LCD on the camera, so hopefully you can pick that up all right. But as promised, I tested with the new computer the speeds I was getting out of these drives. And let me pull this over so you can see. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. Pick up. So with this was a Gen 4 Samsung 980 Pro, and I'm running on a USB-C to USB-A 3.2 cable from 3.2 to 3.2, and these were the speeds I was getting. So the first test was 462 read and 460 write, and you can see as it started heating up, it started throttling a little bit. The last test was 36.39 72.30, so she started heating up a little bit, but you know, it's USB 3.0 speeds for sure. It's at 40. The Samsung 980 was at 51% capacity too. So we're going to run it back with the Crucial. That's at 40%. This is a P3 Plus. I don't know if you can see that or not. This test takes a little while, so after maybe the first result, I'll stop. Dang, mosquitoes are so bad here. Same thing, 462. I mean, literally dead even. They're both Gen 4 drives and Gen 3 slots. What more can you expect? Another great thing that I really loved about this is there's no downloads, there's no software, there's no drivers. It's literally plug and play. I plugged it into my computer. It recognized, in this case, all 6 drives. They're in order. I could just drag and drop, and it just works. Now, being that I do have a desktop coming today, I'm hoping that whenever I have faster USB speeds, I might try to use that RAID configuration and see if I can edit directly from it. No promises, because that's really not why I bought this, and I really don't recommend that being the reason that you buy it too. There are faster alternatives to editing. You can buy a new M.2 for your computer. You can get one of these. These are super fast, 1,000 megabytes per second. Yeah, storage has gotten extremely affordable lately. I mean, extremely affordable. You can get this P3 Plus in a 4 terabyte configuration for $200, $220. And storage has gotten so affordable lately. It's crazy how that's more affordable than some of my SD cards that I put in my camera. Oh, another thing, you see this big fan on the back. It runs super quiet. I've never had an issue where I picked up fan noise with a microphone or something like that. The drives are noisy, but that's expected. You can buy quieter drives, you can buy louder drives. I guess it's all about what you want to pay for. But as far as like the fan running, which it runs a lot, you can kind of hear it kick on a little bit when it first surges, but runs super quiet. All right, well, that's going to do it for this one. I really do appreciate y'all. This is something that I use every single day. It runs so well. I just completely forgot it was even on the desk, so I figured y'all would appreciate it too. Not sponsored. I did purchase it with my own money. They didn't send it to me. They didn't ask me to make a video. They don't even know I exist. So I will leave links in the description if you want to pick one up for yourself. Let me know in the comments what you think about it and what you use for your storage solutions. And as always, take care of yourselves. You know you deserve it. I'm Donnie B. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.